In this video, we are going to see how to create Trello cards from new tasks in Google Tasks. So let's say that every time a new task is created on Google Tasks, what do you want with the information that you have received? You wish to create a Trello card. Now, how can that be done? For this, you will have to integrate these two applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. Here, your trigger application would be Google Tasks and your action application would be Trello. Now, how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. On the right hand side, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply click on sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. So now I'm going to click on sign in as I'm an existing user over here. And here we have reached all applications page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect as we are doing this integration using this software. And here we have reached the dashboard of this application. On the right hand side, you can see this tab create workflow. Let's click on this and a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now here my objective is that every time a new task is added and created in Google Tasks, then automatically with the details, a new Trello card should be created. So I'm going to name it as create Trello cards from new Google Tasks. Okay, so now I'm going to click on create here, and as I do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically, action here is the response of your trigger application. Now here my application would be Google Task as per the integration. So let's click on this. And as I do that, here you can see that we have to select the trigger event. Now this is the event that will make my workflow run. So here I'm selecting new task. On the right hand side, you can see it is written the trigger application will check for new data in every 10 minutes. Basically, this means that this trigger application has a polling time of 10 minutes. So every time the workflow runs, it is going to take a time span of 10 minutes to fetch for new data. So now I'm going to click on connect. And as I do that, here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with a Google Task account. So I'm going to click on add new connection, sign in with Google. Here we have to select the account. Once selected, we have to provide the access. So I'm going to click on allow. This is absolutely secure. And here we can see that the authorization has been successful. Now here we have to provide the task list. So now I'm going to take you to my Google Task, and here you can see that I've created a list. The name is my tasks. You can create your own list by clicking on this create new list tab. Taking you back to Pabbly Connect. Here it has been selected. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to here select or create a new task. So as I click on add a task, here it is asking me for the title. Let's say it is new task. Now the details. So let's say we are preparing for the convocation. So convocation, preparation, and now the due date. So the due date here, let's say it is 26th of January. I'm going to select OK, and here a task has been created. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect, and as I click on save and send test request. So here we can see that we have received the API response where the details have been received. This is the start date. Then here is the name of our task. Then as I take you down, these are the details, basically the description, and then this here is the due date. So once we have received this, what is my objective? My objective is to create a Trello card with this information. So I'm going to choose my action application as Trello card. Let's click on this. And the action event here would be to create a card. So since this is plain text, I'm going to select create a card with plain text type description. Now I'm going to click on connect. Again, Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Trello account. So I'm going to select add new connection. Now to set up this connection, we need the username, API key and token. What you have to do is first you have to log into your Trello account, and then there is this hyperlink. Click here. As you do that, this here is your API key. I'm going to copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect, paste this over here. Now again, as I take you back, here is this another hyperlink token. As you click on this, you would be able to find the username. So this here is the username. Again, let's copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect, paste this over here, and now the token. So for this token, as I click on allow, you will find the token. I'm going to copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this over here. Once done, let's click on save to set up this connection. And here you can see that the setup has been done, which basically means that Trello and Pabbly Connect are now connected. Now here we have to choose a board. So I'm going to take you to my Trello account. So this is my Trello account and these are the various boards over here. So social media post, test, Google Hangouts, chat, these are the various boards. You can create a new board by clicking on this. Now within these boards, you have got different lists. So the name of this list is new post lineups. Another one is currently working. So what I'm going to do is here I'm going to select social media post. This is the board that I'm selecting. Now the list ID. So I'm going to select new post lineups and here I'm going to map the data. What is mapping? So as I click on this, it is going to show me the previous step and now I'm going to create a new card. The title is new task. This is known as mapping. Why did I map the information and not write it manually? Because if I had written this manually, so every time the workflow would have run, it would have only taken the manually written data and would have never inculcated the new data. So our workflow would have been a waste, and that is why mapping is important. Now the description. So again, I'm going to map the information. So here is the description. Then here we need the due date. So if you have a member ID and label ID, you can enter here. Now the due date. So it is written that you have to enter the due date in this format. So I'm going to add another application, which is actually a feature by Pabbly. The name is date time formatter. Let's click on this. And here I'm going to change the format of my date. Why? Because I have received my due date in this format. Okay. So I'm going to select the action format date only. Let's click on connect. As I do that, first of all, here we have to map the date that is supposed to be formatted and which is this. Now, what is the from format? This is exactly the same format, right? And the to format will be month, year and date. So I'm going to go down and this here is our format. Let's click on save and send test request. Now, as we do that, here we have received our date in the required format. Now I'm going to connect this once again by selecting the existing connection. And once we have done this, as I take you down, so here we are going to map the due date by going to step 2 and this here is the due date. And now if you have a URL source, you can enter here. I'm going to click on save and send test request. So as I do that, here we have received the response. So as I take you down, this here was due date and this is the description. Then again, this is the name. So this means that a Trello card must be created. So I'm going to take you to my Trello cards account. So here in this account, you can see that a task has been created and this here is the due date. This is the description. So this basically means that our integration is a success, but we also need to check the same in real time. So I'm going to take you back to Google Task and here I'm going to create another task. Let's say the name is dummy task. Now the details. So this is test preparation. And what is the due date? Let's say it is 31st of January. I'm going to click on OK. And as soon as this task has been created, automatically within 10 minutes, a Trello card should be created, right? Because the trigger application has a polling time of 10 minutes. So let's wait for 10 minutes and then we are going to go back to Trello cards. So it's been 10 minutes and now I'm going to take you back to Trello card and yes, you can see dummy task. This new task has been created as a new card in Trello cards. So we have got the details here, which basically means that this integration process is a complete success. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to understand what we have done. So here our trigger application was Google Task where we had to create a new task, that was our action event, and our action application was Trello cards where we had created a card with plain text type description. We had also used a feature by Pabbly Date Time Formatter to format the date. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us.
Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.